Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whenever you're watching me right now. My name is Jay Luke, the owner and operator of the Passionate Network, where we amplify the voices, elevate the culture, and champion the musicians. Don't forget, you can get anything in our store. Just put it in your cart. You can get 30% off your purchase. All you got to do is type in HBCU band. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn on notifications. So, this is not necessarily new, but bringing the information to you, but then also highlighting some things and then giving you my thoughts on it. So, if you all don't know or had not seen, on January 18th, Southern University's concert band performed at the LMEA, the Louisiana Music and Education Association. Now, most states, if I'm not mistaken, have a music educators association. So, the great thing about that is it's really where all of us or music educators within that state come together. They make plans. They decide on the music of what happens with the state. I know in the state of Texas we break it up into certain regions and so on and so forth, and then we have our region meetings. I mean, a lot of stuff goes on, but one of the main things that happens every year when you're talking about your music educator associations within the state is the convention. I was going to call it a national convention, but it's not a national convention because, I mean, technically it is. I mean, if you multiple people from other places can come, but nevertheless, there are the conventions that happen every year, and so Southern University's concert band was actually performed for this, and it's an historic thing because it is the first time in the history of the organization, in the history of LMEA, that a historically black college and university concert band has ever performed um, in that particular space and that at that convention. So I first of all want to give huge props, huge shout out to the Southern University staff, the Southern University music education staff, the fine arts staff, all of those things, concert band staff, and being able to put your program and put your students in that position to be able to perform at that level and in front of those people, in front of those spaces. I think I saw a picture of my good brother Will Young up there giving the conduction or conducting, uh, and just I think it's really a super dope thing. And so first off, as whatever you want to call yourselves, band heads, music educators, band directors, just people who are enthused by the culture and what we do. I think we definitely need to spend this time to give huge props to Southern University's band program and music program and the music department for actually performing and being able to put themselves on the stage of that. But here's the reason why. Here's the big reason why. As you all know, I'm from the state of Texas. My music degree is from Norfolk, but my certification is in the state of Texas. I've only taught in two places, St. Croix and Texas. Here we have TMEA, Texas Music Educators Association. In Virginia, it's the VMEA, so on and so forth. To my knowledge, and somebody out there correct me if I'm absolutely off on this. To my knowledge, there has been no historically black college or university that has performed at a state level convention, period. To my knowledge. When I go and I try to skim through and try to find information on any HBCUs performing at Texas, at the TMEA, I don't see it. And let me be very clear. I've gone to many TMEA performances, and I've seen some outstanding groups. University of North Texas, my alma mater, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, um, I'm just drawing a blank, but a whole bunch of programs, even some great high school programs. Hebron, last time I went to TMEA, Hebron High School was just phenomenal. I say all that to say it's a lot of us who attend these music educator conventions. And Texas is one of the largest ones. And we have, our HBCU meetings, we hang out, we go to the different informationals and stuff like that. We attend all of these things. But at least from what I know, I have not seen HBCUs performing at these particular conventions. Why is that? I don't know. Are we not registering for them? Are we not putting ourselves in spaces to be able to perform for them? I mean, it could be a whole bunch of things. I don't necessarily think that it's something where we're being casted out, but I don't know if we're putting ourselves in a position to be able to perform. And I think that Southern did that for the LMEA, and I think that's super dope. Once again, but I would really, really love to see more HBCUs having the opportunity or taking the opportunity to perform at these conventions. I think it's a great thing. I think that it also opens a light or sheds a light on what we offer more than just marching band. I think one of the great things right now, as far as TDEA, and if you don't know, it's the Texas Dance Education Association, if I'm not mistaken. I think one of the great things about that is the Prairie View Black Foxes just recently did the convention and gave a class, if I'm not mistaken, at the TDEA. One of the things that we ended up finding out about that, and one of the things that I recognize about it, is the fact that, oh shoot, people are like, oh shoot, like they really dance, right? Like they don't just grind or shake their booties and all that kind of stuff. The perception that is given out through multiple media spaces and social media and the YouTube space and things like that. And I think that it's important for us to be able to see that we are multifaceted, right? And so I applaud Southern for doing that and putting themselves in that space. But I would love to see more HBCUs getting the opportunities to perform at these conventions, to show these people, to show more people that we have more to offer than just marching band. And I don't think that's a bad thing, right? It's really interesting. It's really interesting. I was just having this conversation with my mother-in-law. She's here visiting me, visiting the family after we got a new kid and so on and so forth, right? And it's really interesting because one of the things that I converse with her about is the fact that sometimes the perception that we give off is that's all we know how to do, because that's the bulk of what we are normally seen in the space of doing. Where, whether it's what we put out on social media, whether it's the Beyonce performance, whether it's a commercial, that's really the bulk of how they quote unquote see us. And so that becomes the perception when you have music educators who are graduating and they want to go to specific places or so on and so forth. Sometimes we possibly could be typecast because, or I ain't gonna say, I was about to say blackball, but typecast, because the perception is we're only good at one thing. We're a one-trick pony. And so I think it's a great thing to be able to put ourselves out there in a space that allows other music educators around your state and even those from around the country who end up visiting your particular convention and so on and so forth, to see that we're more than just what we give to the general public. And so, again, I would love to be able to see more HBCUs performing at their state conventions. I think this is super dope for Southern to be able to perform. I haven't caught any video of it yet. So if you have the video, man, I would love to see it. Just to be able to just to see what they played and just to be able to appreciate the performance, man. But you guys tell me what you all think in the comment section. Do you all think this is a super dope thing that they performed at the LMEA? Do you think that we just need to stay out of those spaces anyway? I mean, I wouldn't understand why, but I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But go ahead and leave all that information down in the comment section. I want to read every single thing. Don't forget, you can get 30% off of anything in our store once you put it in the cart. All you got to do is type in HBCU band. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.